This is ACMi News, recognized nationwide as the first place winner of the 2022 Hometown Media Award for News Access.
Hundreds of people gather at Town Hall to protest last week's Supreme Court ruling overturning Roe v. Wade. ACMi News was there, and people told us their voice will be heard loud and clear come the midterm elections in November. Arlington has a new town manager, but only through July 2023. We talked to Sandy Puller about his vision for Arlington's future and how he will help town leaders find a permanent leader beyond the summer of next year. ACMi News has a new segment featuring Arlington's eateries and their delectable bills of fare. We begin with a staple in the Heights, and the waiting time to see this story is much quicker than if you had a low number at the Deli. The Regent Theatre is still coming down fast from its month-long celebration of Paul McCartney's 80th birthday. We talked to theater owner Leland Stein about McCartney's vast body of work and why his music has proven to be timeless. ACMi News starts right now.
From McLennan Park to Spy Pond, from Poets Corner to the Mystic River, we have Arlington covered, giving you stories that count from people who care. Reliable, trustworthy, dependable. This is the 2022 nationwide award-winning ACMi News.
It's a Supreme Court decision that stunned a nation and will undoubtedly affect the upcoming primaries and the 24 general election. Hello, I'm Summer Maxwell.
And I'm James Milan. Glad you could join us. The High Court ruled 6-3 to overturn Roe v. Wade last week, the landmark ruling that established the constitutional right to abortion. Here in Arlington, the reaction was quick and it was visceral.
More than 200 people gathered to protest the U.S. Supreme Court ruling that ends constitutional protections for abortion. The group Mystic Valley Action for Choice anticipated this decision from the High Court and planned this rally. Organizers say overturning Roe v. Wade is expected to lead to abortion bans in roughly half the states. And protesters here say that is unacceptable.
You know, this is an attack on women. It's not just about abortion, which is really important. It's about women, and attack on women, and taking agency away from women and their rights to be an equal part of this, society, of our economy, of our government, of everything. And this is just the next round, and it's very upsetting.
I'm angry, I'm enraged, but I'm also engaged, and this is the beginning, this is a continuation of a fight. And I had a legal abortion in the early 80s, and I will go to my dying day making sure that other pregnant people have an opportunity to manage their own health care.
The very lengthy joint dissent written by Justices Stephen Breyer, Sonia Sotomayor, and Elena Kagan repeatedly slammed the court's conservative majority, saying, quote, they were very hypocritical in their interpretation of the Constitution. Those three justices predict myriad terrible, possibly even deadly consequences for women nationwide, including low-income women and women of color who are looking for abortion care. And the people in front of Town Hall agree with that dissenting opinion.
So one of the things we have to do is make sure that women across the country can access medication abortion no matter where they live. We've got to develop these networks, and we've got to make it feasible for that to get to wherever people are that need this kind of health care. And then we've also got to shore up our laws in states where abortion is legal. We have to make sure we do things like protect providers, pass laws, safe haven laws that will protect providers, protect anyone that assists people in coming to legal states to access the health care they need.
To me, healthcare is a holy right, and it's a sacred bond that a woman or anyone with a uterus has between her and her doctor. And so to come up against that, to me, feels like a theological non-negotiable, something that we can't allow to have happen.
We're angry. We're infuriated. We know that we're heading in this direction with the leak of the Alito memorandum, but we actually never thought it was going to happen. Because what the Supreme Court has done is overturn a constitutional right that women have had for decades across this country. And it's infuriating, it's divisive, and it's also going to lead to many, many deaths of women across this country. It'll be poor, largely women of color, who won't be able to access reproductive health care. And that's scary, and that's disgusting. And we need to speak up. We need to march. We need to protest. We need to vote. We need to get everybody engaged to make sure this decision is overturned and that Roe v. Wade is codified by the Congress and signed into law by President Biden. Anything short of that would be aberration of our moral responsibility as people in this country.
Not our court! Not our court! Not our court!
Protesters say this decision will only help fortify their base as we head into the midterm elections this November, and that rallies like this are just the beginning. For ACMi News, I'm Jeff Barnes.
In May, State Senator Cindy Friedman proposed Amendment number 388, which provides enhanced protection for reproductive and gender-affirming health care in Massachusetts. Also, Governor Charlie Baker signed an executive order last week to protect access for all women to reproductive health care services in Massachusetts. To find out more on Bay State abortion laws, just go to the state's website, mass.gov. Again, that's mass.gov.
Arlington's Director of Health and Human Services, Christine Bongiorno, has been honored as a Commonwealth Heroine by the Massachusetts Commission on the Status of Women. Bongiorno received the award last week, along with 120 other honorees at a ceremony in Dorchester. She was nominated for the award by Senator Cindy F. Friedman for her positive impact on the community and for dedicating her life to service. Friedman says Bongiorno's work during the pandemic to support and provide services for people was unparalleled. During the pandemic, Bongiorno's team coordinated food delivery and distribution of masks to residents in need, enforcement of COVID-19 protections, contact tracing, and testing and vaccination efforts, both at clinics as well as in-home vaccinations for homebound residents.
As we told you in May, Arlington's Director of Libraries, Andrea Nicolay, is heading for the Empire State this summer. She accepted the position of Executive Director of the Public Libraries in Albany, New York. Nicolay began as Assistant Director of Arlington's Libraries in 2012 and was appointed Director in 2015. And in the past decade, Nicolay increased access to library resources by eliminating fines and rental fees, adding summer Saturday hours, and scoring funding for Sunday hours. She also steered Arlington's library services during the COVID-19 pandemic by expanding digital services town-wide. Nicolay says she will be moving closer to loved ones who reside in the Albany area.
I learned of the executive director position at Albany Public Library back in the spring, and it seemed like pretty much a no-brainer that I should throw my hat in. I had no idea what my prospects would be like, but I liked the look of the library. I liked what I was seeing online, started following them on social media. I had been receiving their newsletter ever since my sister moved there in 2017. So I was an admirer of the Albany Public Library, and when the position came available, I was just like, okay, I've got to see about this, and pleasantly surprised when I got that offer. And I'm looking forward to the new challenge, but I am really going to miss Arlington. It has been a wonderful place to work. If not for this opportunity and my family situation, I would not be going anywhere. I would be here for probably another 20 years. I don't know. Who knows?
Nicolay's last day as Director of Libraries is Friday, July 1st. To see my interview with Andrea Nicolay in its entirety, just go to acmi.tv. Again, that's acmi.tv.
As of June 18th, Arlington has a new town manager. Sandy Pooler, who worked as a deputy town manager / finance director, was approved unanimously by the town select board in a recent meeting. ACMi News Director Jeff Barnes had the chance to talk to Mr. Pooler after his first week on the job.
Sandy Pooler says he's honored that he's been entrusted with the heavy burden of running the town's business. This after former town manager Adam Chapdelaine stepped down last month.
I do notice I have a lot more emails than I ever had before, and so some of which are the ones that Adam used to get. So I'm rapidly unsubscribing from things and then trying to pay attention to the ones that are important.
Puller has worked for Arlington for the last 6 years, serving first as the deputy town manager and later as the deputy town manager / finance director when the Consolidated Finance Department was formed 4 years ago. Before his run here in Arlington, Puller was finance director for the town of Amherst and the chief budget officer and chief administrative officer for the city of Newton. He also worked at the Massachusetts House of Representatives as legal counsel to several committees and served as a legal clerk for a federal district court judge. Now, after a very successful career dealing with finance and budgets, legal concerns, and managerial leadership, Sandy Puller says he's very happy to stand in as Arlington's town manager, but it's not going to be for a 3-year term. His contract only goes through July 28, 2023, and then Sandy Puller tells us he has other plans.
I max out on my pension on next July. So I will have served 32 years in public government. I'll be 66 years old. And I am looking forward to maybe doing some traveling, taking some time off. So I've just been doing this for a long time, and maybe I think it's time for a little change. I am glad to help the town out in this next year. I think it's going to be an important year. At some point after I've had a chance to do some of that traveling and such, I may be available to consult or work with other things like the Collins Center at UMass. We've talked about that. But we'll see, I'll take it as it comes, one day at a time.
Puller holds a bachelor's degree from Dartmouth College, a Juris Doctor from the University of California at Los Angeles School of Law, and a master's in public administration from the Harvard Kennedy School. He's been admitted to both the California and the Massachusetts bars. As far as running the town for the next 12 months or so, what do you see yourself doing in the next year? What are the major issues, in your opinion, to tackle?
Well, I think continuity of the services that the town provides. I think I don't see any need for major changes. 2, we have a couple of important vacancies in department heads that need to be filled in planning and library, so those are high priorities. And then 3, we have had a lot of conversations about the potential for an override maybe as early as next June. So the conversations with the Long Range Planning Committee and the Select Board and other members of the community about that are my highest priorities.
For ACMi News, I'm Jeff Barnd.
Now that Puller's in place, town leaders will conduct an extensive search for a permanent town manager in the next 12 months. The Select Board has chosen Community Paradigm Associates of Plymouth at a cost of $14,000 to manage that search.
The Arbor Day Foundation, which is dedicated to planting and nurturing trees, has named Arlington a 2021 Tree City, USA. The nonprofit says Arlington does a great job of effective urban forest management. The Tree City status is achieved by meeting a number of requirements, including forming a tree board or department and committing itself to observing Arbor Day. According to the Arbor Day Foundation, planting trees in an urban space has many benefits, including reducing energy consumption by up to 25%, which will reduce general energy costs and help with the overall cooling of the town. Residents also benefit since they increase their property values by up to 20% through the tree cover. Trees also positively affect the environment by helping to clean water and create animal habitats to encourage biodiversity.
Arlington's International Film Festival just wrapped up its 12th annual AIFF poster contest, and they now have a winner. This is the work of Ariana Stoughton, whose design was chosen as the 2022 poster contest winner. Stoughton also takes home a $500 cash prize. The winning artist says she wanted to highlight the international aspects of the film festival by depicting different food dishes from around the world, with some ingredients replaced with filmmaking objects. This year's contest was open exclusively to the students of the Mass College of Art. Poster entries were evaluated on composition, design, public relations, and marketing merits, and this poster will now become the face of this event. The Arlington International Film Festival will be held this November 3rd through the 6th at the Capitol Theater. During the summer months, ACMi News will be featuring a segment called Taste of Arlington, a report that takes a close look at the many eateries that thankfully inhabit this town.
And in this inaugural Taste of Arlington report, we take a number at a popular delicatessen that's chock full of gastronomic delights. ACMi's former intern and now volunteer, Ashley Chung, serves up a report on D'Agostino's Delicatessen, a sound institution for greedy taste buds.
My name's Sam D'Agostino, and I'm the manager here at D'Agostino's in Arlington. So I'm third generation in my family's business. My grandfather started the business, and my father opened this location in Arlington in 1980, which was 42 years ago, when he was 22 years old. We do Italian specialty foods, chicken parms, eateries, a lot of red sauce. We also do sandwiches, prepared meals, and catering. Chicken parmesan, meatball, and chicken broccoli and ziti are probably the three most popular catering items. As far as the deli goes, the Italian sandwich is far and away the most popular. Also, chicken salad we make here in the house. That's a really popular item for us as well. I'd say my favorite menu item is the calzones. I think they're one of the most underrated things we do. We have a pretty wide variety on the things that we do, the types of calzones that we do. Also, for the take and bake meals, the macaroni and cheese lasagna, chicken parm, meatball, those are all really popular. So if someone's going to try us for the first time, I would recommend those items. Everything we make is very fresh. We don't make anything to freeze. What we make, we try to make enough to get us through one day or maybe 2 days at most, so that we can rotate the product. So everything we make is very fresh, never frozen. The quality of the ingredients is very good.
Now I'm hungry. Their egg salad and potato salad and tuna salad are out of this world. And we thank Ashley for that report.
We are always proud of our interns who work very hard here at ACMi. This summer, we have more than a dozen interns who are here to learn the ropes behind the camera and, well, right here in front of the camera. All of ACMi interns are outstanding. How do I know? You're looking at one.
Hi, I'm Summer Maxwell, and I'm from Acton, Massachusetts, which is the second best town in Massachusetts that starts with an A, behind Arlington, of course, and I attend Tufts University. My favorite movie would have to be Knives Out, because who doesn't love Chris Evans in a cable knit sweater? I am so excited to intern at ACMi because they offer such a unique opportunity to get my feet wet with broadcast journalism in an environment where so much hands-on experience is available that isn't possible in a plain classroom. I also really enjoy their community focus, and I'm so excited to get engaged and learn more. And now we're going to play Two Truths and a Lie. The first is that I'm a former competitive Irish step dancer, I can juggle, or that I drive a manual car. You have 5 seconds to figure it out. And for the reveal, the lie is that I can juggle, but I really wish that I could. While I'm really excited to learn about all the parts of production, my favorite is probably pre-production. Really, I enjoy finding a story, engaging with the community, conducting research and interviews to bring information to the public. I'm so excited for this summer and to get to know Arlington better.
You'll be meeting more ACMi interns throughout the summer.
There's a film playing at the Regent Theatre on July the 8th that is very timely in the world of geopolitics. The documentary is called The Long Breakup.
It features Katya Soldak, a woman who grew up on the daily diet of Russian propaganda, only to find most of it was a lie, especially when it comes to the plight of Ukraine. Here's the trailer.
Brooklyn has become my home, but I'm not from here.
Но я считаю, что русские и украинцы – это действительно один народ.
I was born on the Soviet side of the Iron Curtain. My childhood is full of marching and parading. I love Lenin.
Клич пионера всегда будь готов.
Two revolutions forced me to face my country's past as it fights for its future.
Protesters clashed with riot police in an ongoing confrontation that has left at least 2 people dead.
I can't believe that Ukraine has elected an ex-convict as its president. Will Ukraine be with Russia or with Europe?
О том, что будет до такой степени беспредельно, о том, что будет такая концентрация власти в одних руках.
I'm throwing myself into a rift between two cultures. My city becomes a battleground, and it's not clear which side will win.
Anyone who has a Ukrainian connection can't stay indifferent right now.
The Long Breakup is playing at the Regent on July the 8th at 7 p.m.
And this fundraising event will feature a discussion with Ms. Soldak as well. For more information, just go to the Regent Theatre website at regenttheatre.com. Again, that's regenttheatre.com.
When the Beatles arrived in America and performed on The Ed Sullivan Show in February of 1964, Paul McCartney was a sprite 22-year-old who just graduated from the Cavern Club in Liverpool and the seedy, beer-drenched nightclubs of Hamburg.
Now, at 80 years of age, the world is his stage. And to celebrate this monumental occasion, the Regent Theatre had many celebrations planned for this master music maker.
In mid-June, fans of Sir Paul McCartney were treated to the sounds of the Ultrasonic Rock Orchestra, who performed songs from Mac's solo career, and of course, McCartney's career with another band whose name escapes us.
Music is brilliant. It spans the eras. It's just one of those things that'll be the classics forever, just as in classical music, Beethoven, Brahms, Mozart. The Beatles, that music is just, it rings, it resonates with people, you know, no matter what generation.
Does the continuous living and working together impose any temperamental stress upon you?
No, actually, it's quite lucky because we've been together now for 40 years.
The very next week, New England's own Beatles historian Chachi LaPrette and acclaimed Beatles film archivist Eric Taros celebrated McCartney's 80th with a night of music and stories about the Fab Four in a show called Maybe I'm Amazed. LaPrette and Regent owner Leland Stein reflect on why Paul McCartney and his mates have touched generations with their wit, their creativity, and their music.
Well, unlike any other band, they are timeless, and they've proven that over and over again through the years, both as the Beatles and as solo artists. Even Paul McCartney, as we celebrate his 80th birthday, continues to just captivate the audience. We just saw him at Fenway Park. Fantastic show, almost 3 hours, over 30 songs, no intermission. The guy is in great shape, he loves what he does, he's the consummate entertainer, and throughout these years, they continue to dominate all people of all ages, kids to grandmothers, grandfathers, great-grandmothers, and grandfathers.
And that's what makes it fun and exciting and interesting, that, you know, we can keep putting this stuff, whether it's on our stage or on our screen right here at the Regent in Arlington Center.
Do you have any fears that your public eventually will get tired of you and move on to a new favorite?
Well, they probably will, but, you know...
You ever think about
depends how long it takes for them to get tired.
As you can see, there are so many events at the Regent Theatre this summer. Just go to the theater's website to find out what's happening. That's regenttheatre.com. Again, that's Regent Theatre, that's T-R-E at the end, .com. We hope you have enjoyed the show. We're sorry, but it's time to go. That'll do it for this week's edition of ACMi News. I'm James Milan.
And I'm Summer Maxwell. Thanks for joining us. Have a happy and safe 4th of July holiday weekend, everyone. We will see you next week.
Take care.
You can always check out our latest segments and newscasts on the web at acmi.tv/news. And don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Instagram at ACMi News. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. You'll find us at youtube.com/ACMi News. If you have any news tips for us or wish to become a citizen journalist, we'd love to hear from you. Email us at news@acmi.tv or stop by ACMI Studio A at 85 Park Avenue.